Sometime I get a hump in my back. Sometime I'm going over here. Sometime when you come back. Sometime I'm gonna ride back down. Sometime I get a hump in my back. Sometime I'm going over here. Sometime when you come back. Sometime I'm gonna ride back down. Sometime I get a hump in my back. Sometime I'm going over here. Sometime when you come back. Sometime I'm gonna ride back down. Sometime I get a hump in my back. Sometime I'm going over here. Sometime when you come back. Sometime I'm gonna ride back down. Sometime I get a hump in my back. Sometime I'm going over.
It's the R&B radio show here on Monday morning, 12 o'clock, well, 12:03 sharp. We're not really on key today. we had to double check that our show is recording for you guys. Again, we're going to upload it on YouTube. But you are listening to R&B radio show live. It is Monday, November 14th, and
welcome.
We had a 45th president.
Welcome back to a new Monday with a new president-elect.
A new president, so that was kind of weird. And just, other weird holidays for you guys to look out for. Nothing today, but this Thursday, November 17th, is Homemade Bread Day. In case you guys want to make some homemade bread.
Do people make their own bread? Like, is that...
You know what I think they do? Banana bread?
No, but like,
that's not bread, like legit bread,
different.
like sliced bread, yeah.
Yeah, that is different.
But like, why would you go all through that trouble making bread?
Because then you could be like, bam, I put that bread on the table and I made that bread.
Yeah,
you
it's
buy it for like
scrumptious.
$5.
Yeah, she's right. What, $5? What kind of bread are you buying? That's way too
ShopRite,
expensive.
Crystal.
That's
ShopRite.
too
They have it.
ShopRite bread.
That's too expensive for
ShopRite's
bread,
like
Crystal.
what,
Buy your bread somewhere else.
$1.99 ShopRite.
Actually, it's depending on like what bread are we talking about. If it's like legit high class
It's
bread,
a gourmet
it could get pricey.
multi-grain.
Wonder Bread.
Gourmet Wonder Bread, my butt. No way you buy Wonder Bread.
All right.
$5.
Enough about your butt. Enough about your butt.
Okay.
Our theme today is songs with celebrity names in the lyrics or other famous people in general. So we have a huge set list for you guys today. We're gonna just hop right into it, and then we'll come back with a few articles, Facebook inventions, and I don't know, maybe somebody's B-day,
and a couple.
So,
yeah.
I wonder who.
Some politics in there. We're not gonna
and
get too crazy,
not
but
too crazy. But
we're gonna invite you to call in for the first time in the
R&B
history of R&B radio show.
you guys can share your thoughts on the show in general, or if you're
on whatever
clean,
topic we're talking
as
about.
long as you're clean. Yeah, about the president or any other topic that we'll cover. So the number is Bean. You want to share the
Yep,
the number?
it's 973-596-3666.
So we'll repeat that again later on in the show after the playlist goes through, after we play a few songs, and we'll come back in action. So here you go. Let's start off with Vance Joy, Riptide. Guess the celebrity name in this one.
I was scared of dentists and the dark. I was scared of pretty girls and starting conversations. All my friends are turning green. Yeah, the magician's assistant in their dream. And they come unstuck. Running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. It's this movie that I think you like. This guy decides to quit his job and head to New York City. This cowboy's running from himself. She's been living on the highest shelf. And they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. just gotta know I can't have it any other way. I swear she's destined for the screen. Closest thing to Michelle Pfeiffer that you've ever seen. Oh, lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Oh, lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Oh, lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Yeah, I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong.
You might know the words too, so if you want to sing along, that would be fun. Here we go.
All right, Chicago.
Put on your yarmulke, it's time for Hanukkah. So much Hanukkah to celebrate
Hanukkah is the festival of lights. Instead of one day of presents, we get 8 crazy nights. But when you feel like the only kid in town without a Christmas tree, here's a list of people who are Jewish, just like you and me. David Lee Roth likes the menorah. So do James Caan, Kirk Douglas, and the Weasel Pauly Shore. Guess who is together at the Carnegie Deli? Bowser from Shanana and Arthur Fontarelli. Paul Newman's half Jewish, Cody Hawn's half Jew. Put them together, what a fine-looking show! Junto vete cosa, shinga berraca. Can't you get spit a dreidel with Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock? Bob Hewitt! Put on that yarmulke, it's time for Hanukkah. The owner of the Seattle Supersonicers, whoops, celebrates Hanukkah. O.J. Simpson, not a Jew, but guess who is Hall of Famer Rod Carew? He converted. We got Ann Landers and her sister, dear Abby. Harrison Ford is a quarter Jewish, not too shabby. Some people think that Ebenezer Scrooge is Willie's dad, but guess who is Alfred Stooges? So many Jews are in the show business. Tom Cruise is in, but I heard his agent is. Tell your friend Veronica it's time to celebrate Hanukkah. I hope I get a harmonica on this lovely, lovely Hanukkah. So drink your gin and tonic. That's for you, man.
Picture this, I'm a bag of dicks, put me to your lips. I am sick, I will punch a baby bear in his shit. Give me lip, I'ma send you to the yard. Get a stick, make a switch. I can end the conversation real quick. I am crack, I ain't lying. Kick a lion in his crack, I'm the shit. I will fall off in your crib, take a shit. Hit your mama on the booty, kick your dog, fuck your bitch. That boy dressed up like you Santa and took pictures with your kids. We the best, we will cut a frowny face in your chest, little wench. I'm unmentionably fresh, I'm a mensch. Get correct, I will walk into a court while it wrecks, screaming, yes, I am guilty, motherfuckers, I am death. Hey, you wanna hear a good joke? Nobody speak, nobody get choked. Start pumping your bunions, I'm coming, I'm the dumbest. Who flame through your fuck shit to funyuns. Flame your crew quicker than Trump fucks his youngest. Now face the flame fuckers, your fame and fate's gone with. Charlie Brown, Peppermint, Patty, Linus and Lucy. Put coke in the doobie, roll woolies to smoke with Snoopy. I still remain that dick grabbing slacker to spill the wookie. Cause the total of the toolie will murder you friggin' moolies. Fuck out of here, yeah. Nobody speak, nobody get choked, hey. Nobody speak, nobody get choked, hey. Nobody speak, nobody speak. Only facts, I will shoot up. Baby duck if it quacks with a Ruger. Top billing, come cops and villainous shots is blocked, shipped out and bought, and y'all feeling it. LP killing it, Killer Mike killing shit. What more can I say? We top billing it, valiant without villain it. Viciously found victory. Burnt towns and villages, burning, looting and pillaging. Murderers try to hurt us, we curse them and all their children. I just want the bread and bologna bundles to tuck away. I don't work for free, I am barely giving a fuck away. So tell begging Johnny and mommy to get the fuck away. Hey, yo, here's a gun, son, now run, get it the gut away. Live to shoot another day. Nobody speak, nobody get choked, hey. Nobody speak, nobody get choked, hey. Nobody speak, nobody speak. Nobody speak, nobody get choked.
Nobody Speak featuring Run the Jewels DJ Shadow off of the Mountain Will Fall. Wow, that was a pleasant track. Thanks, Saul. That was that obviously if you couldn't catch that one, it was Trump was the celebrity name in the lyric. I don't know, Saul, we were looking for people who are a little bit more known, more well known. So I mean, Trump, I guess.
I mean, it was a very good one. Not a very subtle line, you know. It's trying to bring out the fact that Trump has odd relations with his own children, but that's okay. We're open to all variety here on R&B radio show.
Before that one, we had Hanukkah songs, so it's a little dipping our toes into the holiday spirit.
Because we said that we would introduce, Christmas every single week up until Christmas.
We switched it on you. We pulled fast one and did Hanukkah.
Well, it's still, holiday themed in December. So.
But of course, Adam Sandler is singing about a bunch of names there: David Lee Roth, Kirk Douglas, James Caan, Paul Newman, Goldie Hawn, and so on. And then the first song we started off with was Vance Joy with Riptide, and he named Michelle Pfeiffer. So those are just some of the few celebrities and famous individuals that are going to be in the lyrics for our playlist today.
But anyway, thanks for that one, because that segues us right into the presidential election that shook up America last week.
Shook up the folks.
So we're here to talk about a new president-elect. Feel free to call us in again, 973-596-3666. If you have any thoughts, we would like them to be clean, but any thoughts on, presidential election, new president in general, just give us a call.
Or the show. If you want to say hi, we'll give you a shout out. If you're just tuning in, you are listening to R&B Radio Show. Yeah, I don't. You want to start off, Bean, or I was
Yeah,
just going
I
to talk
mean-
about the SNL skit as well that was premiered Saturday night with Dave Chappelle as the host, which I thought was very well done.
Okay, well, let's start off with it in general, actually. I'm sure everyone was watching it. I don't know about you guys. I mean, I know we didn't watch it all the way up until 4 or 5 in the morning.
We went to sleep midnight. Yeah.
Because I'm like, I can't. I think I had a test. I had a test that week, so I was like, I can't be sleeping at like 4 in the morning. But it raised a lot of uproar, and to sit there and watch on Fox, on all types of news, just come in one by one talking about everyone across America, and I don't know whether it's because the Trump supporters, most of them were hiding out and just, came on election day, or what it was, or they pulled a fast one on us, but everyone thought Clinton had this in the bag, and it turned out not to be true. Every 5 minutes they're like, okay, hold on, now we're getting news that he's won Wisconsin, he's won this one, and all these swing states just came out of nowhere, and he sweeps the board. But what angered Americans is that she actually won the popular vote, and now there's a petition going around. This last time I heard about it, there's 500,000 people signing it. They're talking about abolishing the Electoral College, which is not even, I don't even know why that's an option or why anyone's talking about that, because it was put in place for the very reason so that the popular vote wouldn't take over. And if you have more population in the north and they get only all of those states, it doesn't balance out correctly with the south. So that's why the Electoral College is actually put in place, and some people are even talking about abolishing that, and they've gone nuts because they're scared. And
Well, there have been protests, white protests.
there are
in New
protests
York and amongst other places.
in New York, some in Portland, all over the place, and a lot of people are just angry. Some people are saying that they're just mad that their candidate didn't win, and other people are counteracting that by saying that it's not that, it's on the bigger picture where it's what he stands for, and we can't have somebody like that being our leader, and we're looking up to somebody like Trump for the rest of our 4 years. And so many people are saying, Obama as a Democrat was elected for 8 years, and they sat back, they took the 8 years, and now Republicans in, and Republican has a hold of the government. So there are a lot of different views going on
what
here.
what did they think they're going to overthrow exactly?
I don't know.
Revolution. It wasn't. I mean, and people
They're
thought
just
the revolution
trying.
was going to happen if Hillary was going to be elected president, if she was going to become. And then what was that thing? This whole rumor going around that people are going to steal the Bible.
I don't know
that
how
he's going to get inaugurated with.
I don't know
just
how
hand on.
valid this is, but you know how people create groups and events on Facebook. So apparently there's something on January 20th, Friday, January 20th, in Washington, D.C., that people are going to steal the Bible.
I mean, are we foiling? We're foiling their plot right now. We're foiling their plan. Can't they just get another Bible?
And what's cute is they have Nicolas Cage at the top of it. So instead of stealing the Declaration of Independence, when he introduced the idea, people were like, are you nuts? Riley was like, you're crazy, like that's not gonna happen. Everyone's like, you're nuts, it's not gonna happen. Now people are like, we're gonna steal the Bible.
I would tag along if Nicolas Cage was actually the leader of this pack, but he's
I think
not.
we could get some serious damage done if he really was, because he did a fantastic
Follow me,
job.
guys. I've been in 2 National Treasure films. I'm quite experienced.
I am the pro. I'm an expert on stealing things that apparently who the heck is gonna get to. And Rena, before we were talking about this, was like, can they just steal
borrow
any
another-
Bible?
But we'll return this. We're just gonna use it for
They're
the
just like,
inauguration.
it's okay. Good thing we have a spare. And they come in with the back of the giant Bible.
So anyway, I did want to do a few remarks on the SNL skit. So they had their episode Saturday night, this past Saturday, where Dave Chappelle was the host, and he did.
Yeah.
Did you see The Walking Dead?
I did not. I
spin-off he
still
did?
have to watch.
So everyone was asking, is Dave Chappelle going to do any of his characters from his old show
Okay.
on the SNL show?
I heard it was phenomenal.
And he
though.
brought back his just great characters. What he was doing, what? So like, you have to watch it. I'm not going to do any good impersonations
Yeah,
of
I
it
bet,
for sure.
I bet.
But thanks, Bean. But I bet no, seriously, it's worth watching them. Me just talking about it. My explanation won't do it any good. But it was that one scene where everybody knows Glenn dies and another member of the Walking Dead cast. and he was playing every character.
Why would you
David-
say that on air? What if people haven't caught
Well,
up?
then it's their fault.
Yeah,
It's
you
all
should
over
have
the
caught up by
internet.
now, okay? No excuse.
And Dave Chappelle was doing a mock of that scene, and with all of his own characters and the crack addict, and it was quite humorous. And his monologue, for one, I enjoyed because one of his ending thoughts was as like basically we should give Trump a chance, and hopefully he'll give us one too. And it's, I
Really?
mean, we don't.
That's interesting.
We don't, because he's talking about, like, you know, he sees white people out in Portland rioting, and the black people are like amateurs. They're like, you know, they don't know how
Yeah.
to do this. What are these white people doing? But it's also they've been disenfranchised. They've been through the ringer, and he speaks from experience or whatever else he dealt with politically or not politically, or just being, you know, a black person in America. But it wasn't really a racial point he was making. It's just in general. We don't know how Trump is going to govern. That was quite in the dark. You had through the entire campaigning, if he got that position, you didn't know what he was going to do.
Yeah.
You didn't know if he was going to be, now everyone's talking about Obamacare. He said he was going to repeal it, he was going to do this and that, and now sort of he's taking a side avenue, or not doing everything he committed or reassured us that he was going to do. But of course, everything you're taking a gamble. You're taking a gamble, and this is who we have currently. This is what we're going to have to deal with. And everyone's just saying, "Oh, you know, unite, think positively. Let's see it play out. Let's see what happens." What are you going to just like walk away? You're moving to Canada, like. I mean, be lucky that we at least get a vote in the U.S.
Yeah.
There was, some people are just who live in foreign countries and like, we don't even have a say in any matter. But I just thought it was a nice note that Dave Chappelle had, and they had the very beginning, which I wasn't too sure about. It was like a rather sorrow and like a somber beginning off to the show, because they had Kate McKinnon playing Hillary Clinton dressed up as her and playing Hallelujah on the piano, because the writer he passed away last week, the beginning of that week, and they were doing like devoting that segment to who, or like a sort of a memoriam. And as Hillary Clinton, her note was like, you know, I'm not giving up, and neither should you. I mean, where are they based? They're in New York. It's extremely democratic. It's people are extremely upset. We can only say so much because we're in New Jersey. Everything you heard around here, we thought Clinton was gonna get it, and then you hear the states. And that's why I loved that other sketch they did on SNL, where they had everyone sitting around watching, like they're based in someone's house. They're all watching TV, whether it's Fox, CNN, whatever, and seeing the states that Trump is picking up. The comments like, oh, you know, black people vote late, or like, oh, Republicans go to sleep early, that's why. So
to be honest, though, those were the thoughts that were going through people's heads. We were at school, you know, early, well, not early, like, you know, 5, 6 that day, and there were, you know, polls were already closing, and they had a few results, and people we were sitting next to was like, oh, it's still really early, and still like a lot of America has not come in with the results. So like that's what we're going through people's minds, and it was a huge shock, and this election shows these people that anybody can literally become president, regardless of people thinking that Hillary had a bad experiences, more experience, whatever. She at least was in politics. You have this guy who just has experience with business. He's had a lot of, you know, mess ups himself, and comes out of nowhere, never being in politics, and he's now the leader of our nation, and people just, you know, are standing back saying that like, you don't need this credential talk. Is just it's completely different now, because he came out of nowhere, and he is now standing up there.
yeah, exactly. I mean, so, you know, whatever the case is, whether you like the current status or not,
This is what it is, people.
this is what it is, and just don't crawl under your rock quite yet. Just, you know, hang on tight. Let's see what happens. Let's see, you know. He's a businessman. He does make a lot of jobs. He creates a lot of jobs for a lot of people, in the diversity and in minorities. I mean, if you look at his hotels, and yeah, there are a lot of negative things, but
Yeah, it would be. So that's the problem, though, and that's why people kept, flooding with those memes of Bernie. It's because, like, people on his side are looking at all these things and just forgetting about the negativity. But then other people are like, but come on, like, he's standing up there, and this is really what he stands for. This is what he says. I mean, he has to go and work with Obama. A few months ago, he's standing up in front of thousands of people saying Obama's the worst president ever. He's horrible. He's the worst man. And then he has to go work for him. So these are stupid actions he's made, and it doesn't, make him look any better. And the fact that now he's standing with a vice president who's saying that we need the LGBTQ community to now
LBGTB.
LBG,
You just butchered
sorry.
that.
I'm sorry.
You missed the letter.
LBGT. They add a new letter like all the time.
LGBTQXYZ.
They need that
LMNP.
community. Mike Pence now thinks that community needs to go to conversion therapy, and I'm like, we've gotten so far to get to here, and now he's going all the way. He's taking 5 billion steps backwards, and with things like that, it's going to be so much harder for the other side to be like, oh, okay, let's give him a chance, because they're just saying stupid and mean and awful things that you wouldn't want to look up and see your leader saying or doing.
Right.
So it is hard, but like this, this is what it is, and people can protest. The point is that you can send a petition around all you want, and you can have 1 billion people sign it, even though there's probably not that many in America. Like, the Electoral College is not gonna be like, oh, okay. They're gonna be like, that's cute, but this is what it is. He was the one who was elected, and we're gonna move on for the next 4 years and see what happens. So it really did. It shook up the nation, and it was a giant FU to.
Yeah, that's what Michael Moore said. Giant FU to the system.
A lot of people said that what's her name on Fox with the blonde hair?
Kelly?
Yeah, she said that too. The night of the election, saying that this is a huge FU to America, that like people are just done.
I think they were commenting on what Michael
politicians.
Moore said. They were quoting off of
because people are done with politicians. We've had politicians for years. A lot of it's corrupt, and that's what Trump supporters thought.
Whatever your thoughts are on the same end of the situation, or whatever, I don't know, whatever your thoughts are on Michael Moore, maybe you're not a fan, but you can't really disagree with that. It is kind of a middle finger
drastic change, so
to the government. But
things like this aren't only affecting the U.S. though. There's actually an article that came out a little while ago talking about the new the safety pin idea that's coming out in the UK. So ever since Brexit and ever since the election, there's been, they say, a 57% increase in reported incidents of xenophobic abuse, according to the National Police Chiefs Council. So somebody in the crowd thought that they wanted to make some kind of a stance. So they thought to pin a safety pin, right in front in their on their shirt, to show, kind of like the little pink ribbon for like breast cancer awareness, and kind of make it like a small movement, because there are all these acts of abuse, incidents of abuse, and it's risen ever since the election. So it's it's on social media, and it's trying to show people that like we can move through this, get through this together. Some people are calling it superficial, but others think it can speak volumes and show the support that even Britain needs. And so it's happening all over the place. Like, other people outside of the US are finding that this election has affected them, and they're trying to do something about it too. So I just saw that, and I thought that was pretty interesting. So yeah, we'll see where this election takes us.
Sure. Well, I mean, they already had Melania and Michelle Obama discussing future plans and whatnot, and they had Obama making like a retirement video. There was a whole, like, you should just check it out, you could look it up online, and he was showing around catching Trump all up to President. We call him President Trump now. We can, but we always call Obama, so it doesn't,
because Obama's still technically president, so I call him President-elect.
President-elect.
Yeah.
The Pres-elect. Was shown around to the White House, and obviously caught up to date on all the classified files and whatnot. Anywho,
it's funny because also, I mean, I don't know, I guess Twitter's having some fun. People are tweeting, they're taking pictures of Vice President Biden and President Obama. And it's when Biden's looking all like, you know, happy and like he's contemplating, and Obama's like, oh my gosh, why are we doing this? And people are attaching little tweets to them of scenarios of how Biden wants to play around with Trump before he gets, you know, actually into the office. And they're just they're really funny, and like you could just see as if like these tweets apply to these pictures. You know, just a few are just like okay, here's the plan, says Biden. Have you seen Home Alone? And Obama's like, Joe, no, that's enough. And Biden's like, just one booby trap. And Obama's trying to like keep him in line and not having any of it. And it looks like Joe Biden's, you know, trying to play around. And there's a picture of Joe Biden like sitting and Obama with his face in his hands, and Obama's like, I didn't think he'd be late. They're like making fun of like when Trump went to actually meet Obama for the first time, and Biden's like, I gave him the wrong address, and Biden's like, I gave him the wrong address, and Obama said, Joe, he's the president-elect, and Biden's like, I don't care what they call him. So they're making like these funny little things that, I mean, they met at the White House, so I don't know, the wrong address. I don't know what that means.
Even if you just see the projects Obama works on his own, as far as like the retirement video I was talking about, or basically he talks about, or he asks questions, or I mean, you just see his act of what is he going to do for the next 2 years, or what is he going to be up to, or what is he, you know, because he has a different set of responsibilities, whatnot. But anyway, he has a sense of he has definitely a sense of humor that I don't think Trump has. And if you even watch the Jimmy Kimmel presidential tweets, that segment, and Obama is just, I don't know if it's scripted or they showed him the tweets beforehand or gave him something to say, but it seemed like, you know, he was enjoying himself, and it was fine, instead of making fun of Trump's sausage fingers and then all of a sudden Trump gets offended. But you know what? Big problem is, what do we say? Chris Christie's not going to be on his board anymore,
He's
and now
just
we're
going
not going
downhill, man.
So I thought, okay, Chris Christie, president, we would have gotten a donut party. Then if he was just VP, half donut party, right? Then I thought he was going to be attorney general, so he was going to go all out with munchkins, and now nothing. Now I'm not getting a single thing.
He has had a very bad run of debate.
His scandals were his fault, and it's terrible that he let a woman take the fall for him, which just screams coward.
Oh my god.
But I don't know, we were what was that other, there was another comment as far as, yes, you know how like the whole negative thing came out with Trump, and about that video when he was talking to Billy Bush, whatever his name is, about grab him by the and he was being you know, really unpleasant and aggressive and rude and whatever, when he was talking about women, and people were bringing this to be like, oh, this is your president now, whatever. But I was also thinking about, like, okay, when he brought up the counterpoint with Bill Clinton doing whatnot with women, and the speaking about that and how he got wrapped up in it, and if Hillary was covering up for it and whatever. And it's like, this video from years ago that came out about Trump was before he was even considered, you know, running a campaign or going for presidency. And now with that whole situation, if you compare it to Bill Clinton, when he had that thing with Monica Lewinsky and several others, it was during his presidency. Yeah. It was while he was president. Not that and then you had to come out publicly, talk about your sex life. And poor Monica Lewinsky, she was 20 years old at the time, 21, 22 years old.
Oh, don't give me that.
No,
poor
seriously.
Monica.
No, because she was taken, you disagree with that? She was taken advantage of. You have a president, you're either you're flattered or have no idea what to do, and her entire life is now defined by this one event, and her life is completely destroyed. She's now a laughing stock. You know, her name is used in funny sketches. Like,
not that I'm defending Bill Clinton at all, because he did wrong also. I don't know the story. I don't even think that a story that was exposed to the media and exposed to Americans is true. But so we don't know really what happened. But she could be just as at fault. She could have been seducing him. He fell for it. Vice versa. Whatever the case is. Are you kidding?
Like, she was. But look at the age. He's a grown man.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
It does not
yes, it
matter.
Does.
No, it could
yes,
be.
It does. If some dude takes advantage of you, who's 50 years old, and you're 21, you're just stupid.
Right.
But I don't think it is a grunt of your. It's your responsibility.
That
it's
is
your fault.
if he took advantage of me and I got mixed up in everything, and I was too naive, whatever. Yeah, I should, but he's also in the wrongdoing. But like, you don't know that. You don't know where I stood. Like, yeah, if she was the victim, poor her. But you don't know for the fact that if that's where she stood, you don't know what she had to deal with it, and we would never know because they cover up too much. So you can't just go and assume. But the fact that he would ever, go to that extent, being the president, being married, being in a committed relationship is also wrong. And not that the timeline aspect even defends Trump, you know what I mean? But that's what people took as a reason as well, is that they're saying all these things about Trump, and Hillary still stayed with a man who did, unquestionable things also. And we don't know why. It was because of the intentions she had. It was because of where she wanted to stand. She knew she'd get more opportunity if she also had a husband who was in politics. Whatever it was, they're both at a wrongdoing. But like, you can't
but you can agree with the fact that Monica Lewinsky's life was destroyed.
Yeah, I agree with
this
that.
Now defined her, and this now
well,
defines
we will
it.
Never know for sure.
But my point was, it was during his presidency.
Yeah,
people
that's
are bringing
wrong.
up something that was in the past that Trump wasn't even considered for running it. I mean, this wasn't during his campaign. This wasn't during, it was just timing is everything. Yeah. But also, it was like, you're supposed to conduct yourself. You're supposed to act and speak and be a certain way if you're going to be president of the United States of America. And I don't know, if anything, hopefully things will change for the better and things will be pushed through. We got off on a sidetrack, but it was just another note I did want to point out, because you chit chat with people, and this is the stuff we delved into. But anyway,
right. Wait, before we move on, there's actually like 2 more really funny tweets that Joe Biden is like standing next to Obama, and he says, "Come on, you got to print a fake birth certificate, put it in an envelope labeled secret, and leave it in the Oval Office desk." Could you imagine Trump be like, "I knew it"? And the last one was really funny. Biden says, "I took a Staples red button and wrote nukes on it." And Obama's like, "Joe," and Biden tweets to him in Russian when pressed.
My God. These
really
are just
funny.
random people adding to these photos.
Yeah, they just pick up photos and they just tweet about it. It's just
anyway, you guys should check out the SNL skit if you haven't. You should check out the Trump retirement video thing. He was showing at like some dinner, and you can find everything on YouTube. And what was that other thing we were talking about? I forgot.
All right, moving on.
I forgot. I thought you would your memory would be sparked.
Okay,
be sparked.
I'm not inside your head. How would I know what you forgot
about? That is so
about?
false. Twin telepathy, Bina.
Okay, yeah, that's
You're
true.
Yeah, see right there. I
my
changed
God,
my mind.
What was it last week? I had an idea for an outfit in mind, and I wash up and I come into our room.
We already said this on air last week.
Oh,
you got to be kidding me.
Well, you were wearing a turtleneck today. That I was like, hey, I was gonna wear that tomorrow.
Yeah, I happened again this morning because you're weird / mentally unstable. And anyway, check out those cool videos. Oh, the mannequin thing, the one you showed me with Hillary on her airplane.
Oh,
with
yeah.
John Bon Jovi.
Has anyone heard of the mannequin
And
challenge? You probably all heard it by now, but it's when you get as big of a group of people that
and
you can.
Everyone
freezes in some kind of setting. They do different poses as if like it's just a snapshot. You could be talking to somebody, you could be looking at your paper, your phone, whatever, just you're frozen, and somebody with a camera walks through and he records everybody in their frozen state, and then when he gets to the end, he's like, "Okay, we're good," and everyone relaxes, but they were so frozen. It looks really believable, like a snapshot.
Wow, that was like a great description, Bina.
1 week since you looked at me, cocked your head to the side and said I'm angry. 5 days since you laughed at me, saying get back together, come back and see me. 3 days since the living room, I realized it's all my fault but couldn't tell you. Yesterday you'd forgiven me, but it'll still be 2 days till I say I'm sorry.
Hold it now, I'll watch a hoodwink. Does it make you stop, think? You'll think you're looking at Aquaman. I summon fish to the dish, although I like the chalet sweets, I like the sushi, cause it never touch a frying pan. Hot like wasabi when I bust rhymes, big like Leanne rhymes, because I'm all about value. Bert Camper's got the mad hits, you try to match wits, you try to hold me but I bust through. Gonna make a break and take a bake out like a sink and it can shake out like vanilla. It's the finest of the flavors. Gonna see the show cause then you'll know the vertigo is gonna go cause it's so dangerous. You'll have to sign a waiver. Can't I help it if I think you're funny when you're mad? Trying hard not to smile though I feel bad. I'm the kind of guy who laughs at a funeral. Can't understand what I mean, well you soon will. I have a tendency to wear my mind on my sleeve. I have a history of taking off my shirt. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Threw your arms in the air and said you're crazy. 5 days since you tackled me. I still got the red burns on both my knees. It's been 3 days since the afternoon. You realize it's not my fault, but a moment too soon. Yesterday you'd forgiven me, and now I'll sit back and wait till you say you're sorry. China, the Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick and your brain stops sticking. Watching X-Files with no lights on, with all our maisons. I hope the smoky man's in this one like Harrison Ford. I'm getting frantic, like Sting, I'm tantric, like Snickers guaranteed to satisfy. Like Kurosawa, I make mad films. Okay, I don't make films, but if I did, they'd have a samurai. Gonna get a set of better clubs, gonna find the kind with tiny nubs, so my irons are always flying off the backswing. Gonna get into my Sailor Moon, cause that cartoon has got the boom anime babes that make me think the wrong thing. How can I help it if I think you're funny when you're mad? Trying hard not to smile, though I feel bad. I'm the kind of guy who laughs at a funeral. Can't understand what I mean, but you soon will. I have a tendency to wear my mind on my sleeve. I have a history of losing my shirt. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Dropped your hands to the sides and said I'm sorry. 5 days since I laughed at you and said you just did just what I thought you were gonna do. 3 days since the living room. We realized we're both to blame, but what did we do? Yesterday, you just smiled at me, cause it'll still be 2 days till we say we're sorry. It'll still be 2 days till we say we're sorry. It'll still be 2 days till we say we're sorry. Push my stadium home on the Robbie.
Jitterbug, 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 jitterbug.
You put the boom boom into my heart. You send my soul sky high when your loving starts. A jitterbug into my brain. It goes to bang 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 till my feet do the same. But something's bugging, something ain't right. My best friend told me what you did last night. Left me sleeping in my bed. I was dreaming, but I should have been with you instead. Wake me up before you go. Don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo. Wake me up before you go. I don't wanna miss it when you hit that high. Wake me up before you go. Cause I'm not planning on going solo. Wake me up before you go. Take me dancing tonight. I wanna hit that high. Gray skies out of my way. You make the sunshine brighter than Doris Day. Turn the bright spark into a flame. My beats burning and never been the same. Cause you're my lady, I'm your fool. It makes me crazy when you act so cruel. Come on baby, let's not fight. We'll go dancing, everything will be alright. Wake me up before you go. Don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo. Wake me up before you go. I don't wanna miss it when you hit that high. Wake me up before you go. Cause I'm not planning on going solo. Wake me up before you go. Take me dancing tonight. I wanna hit that high. Moving tight, we'll go dancing tomorrow night. It's cold out there, but it's warm in bed. They can dance, we'll stay home instead. Wake me up before you go. Don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo. Wake me up before you hit that high. Wake me up before you go, 'cause I'm not planning on going solo. Wake me up before you go, take me dancing tonight. Wake me up before you go, don't you dare to leave me.
Wake me up before you stop. Wake me up before
I
you
love
go.
that song.
Wham! Yeah, I found out last night actually that these singers, the duo, the British duo, are men. They are men.
Wham.
They're dudes. They're men. I thought they were
Take
two
that,
girls.
Wham.
The longest time I've known about the song,
It does
I
sound
thought
like
they were
women's-
females.
Women
I thought they were
singing.
women singing. And are you sure they're got? I looked it up, so
Wait, you
now I
just
know.
looked it up
I
and
know.
saw
But are you
it.
still sure?
Like they don't know their own gender.
Sometimes I just.
Hey, you stop whispering over there in that corner. So anyway, the celebrity name that we had from Wham from Wake Me Up Before You Go was Doris Day. She's an American actress, singer, and animal welfare activist. In case you guys don't know about her, Doris Day, still alive. She's 92 years old.
Oh, wow.
Go Doris.
Go Doris.
Go Doris.
What a great name. What a great old person name. Hey, I'm Doris. So great.
That's great, Pina. And then Bare Naked Ladies, 1 week with they had two names that I knew of. Leanne Rimes and Harrison Ford. I like when he said Leanne Rimes' name, and then the lyric was like, "'Cause I'm all about value." But Leanne Rimes had that affair, remember, with the dude she was co-starring with on a show, and broke up another guy's marriage or something, and everyone thought she was a sweetheart, and then she had an affair. So
Yeah, what's with these
all
people?
about value. Yeah, that was Leanne Rimes and Harrison Ford, and then we started off with Revolution. Who's that one? It was Chairman Mao. that was the famous name I chose from that one. That was in that song. So yeah, Bean's got an article for us. We're gonna do one article, and then we're gonna hit back up with the music.
All right, so this is just a quick article. If you didn't know, there's a study that was recently done saying that whenever you lie, your brain adjusts to make telling bigger whoppers much easier. And that's what a study finds.
Wait,
so
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? I have no
that's
idea
the
what you
name
just
of
said.
the. Oh my god! So when you lie, basically these small little white lies that you tell, the more accustomed you become to telling just small lies, it will lead you into telling much bigger lies, to the point where it becomes the norm, and to the point where
so you're trapped in a web
it's
of
not
lies.
excusable. Yeah, it's
You
not
believe it to be the
excusable
truth.
anymore. They're leading into these very
I believe that.
much more negative consequences than you were when you were just telling a small one.
So what about
they,
it?
They started this study by using brain scans to show that there was a strong emotional reaction in the minds of people who lied for the first time when they played a small guessing game. So then after studying it, they saw that the effect gradually reduced over time as they played. So it would just be they just become more used to it, and they would end up, instead of telling just small lies, they gradually become more untrustworthy. They deceive people for their own advantage, and this is what people were finding out. So they're saying whatever the lie is, you're going to end up committing quite larger crimes because of the emotional adaptation that you get by becoming more used to it. So it was just interesting to read about the physical process. So they got a group of 80 volunteers to play a game designed to test how honest they were. They were asked to estimate how many pennies were in a jar, then pass on their estimate to a partner who was given only a poor quality image of the coins. In some cases, they were told they would benefit financially if they were both closer to the real answer. In other cases, they were told they would profit if their partner got the wrong answer. So they gave them small incentives to see, okay, if we'd get some profit if I just do this small little lie. So to benefit themselves, they would adjust how they would play the game. So using an MRI scanner, they were able to show that an area of the brain associated with emotion initially reacted strongly to a lie, but this effect decreased over time. So the first time you lie, your brain's kind of has an emotional reaction to it, oh my gosh, you're lying, it's out of the norm. As you do it more and more, it just becomes a part of you, and it just becomes something that you will do, something that you're not even affected by anymore, and these small lies or these small little mess ups become more and more huge. So
Interesting results.
they're saying that these small acts of dishonesty escalate into significant lies and just eventually lead you down a slippery slope in your life.
Moral of
So,
story: don't lie.
Don't lie, people. Well,
Unless
maybe
it's a white
why all
lie,
these
and maybe a few
politicians are, going downhill, because they're like, oh,
They
I'll
lie
just
so much.
lie about this first thing, and then they make their entire
Then I'll lie
life a
about the
lie.
second thing, and then I'll lie about the third through the 100th thing.
And
Wait,
then
but
my whole
like,
life.
have they taken into consideration though maybe people didn't have much emotional, like lying didn't have much emotional effect after quite some time in the study, because they're like, well, I don't give a shit about this anymore, like whatever, I just want to get it over with this study, because like some people actually participate in studies, but then like they're only there for the compensation, so they
Right, 'cause you get
actually
paid to participate.
They actually don't care.
I mean, that happens in many studies. I'm assuming you have to that's a risk you're gonna have to take. You have to adjust for human error, basically.
Yeah.
That's what happens. It's not everything's gonna be stable or by the book, because every participant you have varies.
But isn't that the point of the
But
the
that's another
study?
thing. Yeah, exactly. You
if
take into account.
in real life, you were
And analyze.
presented with something where this is this is your incentive. You would just kind of get it over with quickly and do whatever you had to do to get to the end product.
And when you're lying, a lot of people don't think about the plan that much. Sometimes the lie just comes out,
right,
and because it's spur of the moment, and you want to quickly cover
because it's
something
spur
up.
of the moment and you quickly, your reaction is to cover it up, but because that just becomes the only thing is that, okay, just like I'm covering it up, and it just becomes constant to the point where you can't
I
even
don't
get
know,
rid
when
of it
I
because you
remember-
don't even
yeah.
have an emotional stop in your brain anymore.
I remember when we were little, we were very frightened of lying, actually, because one, we weren't good at it. Two, we knew we weren't good at it, and three, we were gonna get caught eventually, and then we would be double trouble, because the thing that we were trying to hide, or the lie that we gave,
Like, what if
and
people
we know
don't
mom
cover it?
hates lying.
Yeah,
That's like a
it's a
huge
huge
problem,
fact.
and I understand that, because it really affects your character. For one, it's a really bad trait to have, to be so accustomed to lying. And when we were younger, we would rarely do it, but as you get older, you slip in a few lies now and again, and but it's more detrimental, because the thing you're covering up, I guess, is more serious and has a heavier responsibility, heavier weight to it, and but it's a thing I don't like. It's because, like, before I would be like, oh, I should just flat out tell the truth, but now I sort of think I can get away with it and be like, oh, I'll just I'll cover up, they'll never know. And I don't. It's a bad thing to think.
But,
I get in that mental state, that that process where I'm just like, oh, it's.
But
It'll work out.
also from when you were a kid, there are certain things everyone does when they lie, and that's actually what police officers study in
they look out
training,
for.
is that to recognize these things. I remember when Axe was in like pre-K, and his teacher would say, oh my gosh, I've spent hours with these kids that I can recognize these little things. So she can tell, when they're hiding something or when it was actually them. If somebody spilled something, and she'd be like, oh, was it you? And she's like, oh, like this girl right here. She'd be like,
Yeah.
no, that wasn't me. And she's like, okay, she's telling the truth, because she just like, I know it was you. And she caught the little girl. She'd like start crying and be like, oh my God. And Axe would like look down at his toes and like, play with his fingers.
He won't look you in the face when
And
he
she's
lies.
like, that's how I know he's
I'm,
doing
I'm
it."
still bad at lying though, even at
That's
this
a good
age.
thing. I think that's a good
Like
thing.
I
You
feel
should say that
guilty
at
right
one.
away, and then like I end up like confessing like not even 5 minutes
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Guilt gets
I
to
was
you.
lying.
The guilt has a lot to do with it. Hey,
that's-
in Criminal Minds, the FBI behavioral analysis, so
Yeah.
they can read that, right, Crystal?
Well,
that's
that's
why we know.
that's
That's
what
our
they're
show.
trained to do.
That's
But that's
what
what it
they're
was
trained to do.
saying in this article, is that some people who might have the with the MRI scanners, they see that in the brain. They see the emotional connection, and they would see like the sign of guilt or something. There would be a mishap because it's the first time you're doing it. But over time, it just goes away because you're just constant, and you just become, you familiarize yourself with that's all that you know. But yeah, like I think I avoid eye contact when I lie. I know Rena does. Like sometimes Rena, like,
what do I do when I lie?
I think you like smile. You start to babble too when you're hiding something. You babble.
I trail off.
All right, Rena.
mine's a little too obvious.
Yeah.
Is it obvious though? Because I babble in general.
No, only for me it's
But
obvious
there's a
because I
specific
can
way
tell.
for you, like when you
Yeah.
babble, when you're like really have a lot of thoughts in your head.
Yeah.
There's a different way for you to babble. Like it just doesn't stop.
But that's just for me. It's because I can just tell. You know, like when you're sleeping and you talk and like Saul's like, is she? I could be like, yeah, she's awake, or like, oh no, she's not gonna remember this.
Yeah, you're totally
And
able. You know when I'm awake
doesn't know
and when
why.
I'm asleep.
Yeah, he doesn't know why. It's just something
It's twin magic.
about you, something in your voice that I'm accustomed to. I could just tell it's the same thing.
Tragic. It's tragic. It's tragic. Sounds like a kid saying tragic.
No, it sounds like
Tragic.
your Bugs Bunny saying tragic.
Yeah, tragic. Anyway, yeah, I know when Axe cut his hair. Remember, he used the scissors in his classroom, and I totally, as soon as I saw it, I knew.
You're like,
and
Axe, why are your bangs short?
he ran
Like,
away
no.
and went to Saul's room. I was like, you're not gonna get away from this. It's fine. He wouldn't look me in the face or everything, and when he did, he started smiling because he knew he was. I was like, oh, you're
I
so
like
cute.
my favorite is when like his fingers touch
He
like
does.
this, and he's just like and he like jumps up and down. It's like, all right, you're definitely
he like pats his hands together. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, you have another article about sleep or something, right? Was that today? Am I correct? Am I correct in assuming that?
Where are you? No,
we're not going into it now. But I'm saying we were talking about my sleeping pattern when I'm awake and when I'm asleep. So you do have a
funny
dream
things
article.
they
right?
said in their sleep. That's
So we
what I
will
have.
get back to that. That or another one, whatever Bina's choice, after we play our next set of songs.
And speaking of children, we got some funny confessions that other children have made. The parents are telling their stories about. That's quite a laugh too when we come back from the music. So
All right, you're listening to R&B Radio Show. This is Pink.
Never win first place. I don't support the team. I can't take direction and my socks are never clean. Teachers dated me. My parents hated me. I was always in a fight 'cause I can't do nothing right. Every day I fight a war against a mirror. I can't take the person staring back at me. I'm a hazard to myself. Don't let me get me. I'm my own worst enemy. It's bad when you know yourself. So irritating. Don't wanna be my friend no more. I wanna be somebody else. I wanna be somebody else. Yeah. LA told me you'll be a pop star. All you have to change is everything you are. Tired of being compared to damn Britney Spears. She's so pretty, that just ain't me. So doctor, won't you please prescribe me something? A day in the life of someone else, 'cause I'm a hazard to myself. Don't let me get me, no. I'm my own worst enemy. It's bad when you know yourself. So irritating, no. Don't wanna be my friend no more. I wanna be somebody else. Yeah, don't let me get me. I'm my own worst enemy. It's bad when you know yourself. So irritating. Don't wanna be my friend no more. I wanna be somebody else. Doctor, won't you please prescribe me something? A day in the life of someone else. Don't let me get me.
his father plays guitar. She's suddenly beautiful, and we all want something beautiful. Man, I wish I was beautiful. So come dance the silence down through the morning. Sha la 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 la, yeah. Yeah. Cut up, Maria. Show me some of them Spanish dances and pass me a bottle, Mr. Jones. Believe in me, help me believe in anything, 'cause I wanna be someone who believes. Yeah. Mr. Jones and me tell each other fairy tales, and we stare through beautiful women. She's looking at you, oh no, no, she's looking at me, smiling in the bright lights coming through in stereo. When everybody loves you, you could never be lonely. Well, I'm gonna paint my picture, paint myself in blue, red, black, and gray. All of the beautiful colors are very, very meaningful. Yeah, well, you know, gray is my favorite color. I felt so symbolic yesterday. If I knew Picasso, I would buy myself a gray guitar and play. Mr. Jones and me look into the future. Yeah, we stare at the beautiful women. She's looking at you, I don't think so. She's looking at me, standing in the spotlight. I bought myself a gray guitar. When everybody loves me, I will never be lonely. I will never be lonely. Said I'm never gonna be lonely. I wanna be a lion. Yeah, everybody wanna pass as cats. We all wanna be big, big stars. Yeah, but we got different reasons for that. Believe in me, 'cause I don't believe in anything. And I wanna be someone. Don't believe, don't believe, don't believe. Yeah, Mr. Jones and me storming through the body of. Yeah, we stare at the beautiful women. She's perfect for you. Man, there's got to be somebody for me. I wanna be Bob Dylan. Mr. Jones wishes he was someone just to let him off funky when everybody loves you. Our son is just about as funky as you can be. Mr. Jones and me staring at the video. When I look at the television, I wanna see me staring right back at me. We all wanna be big stars. Don't know why, don't know how, but when everybody loves me, I wanna be just about as happy as I can be. Mr. Jones and me, we're gonna be big stars.
Have you seen the well-to-do up and down Park Avenue on that famous thoroughfare with their noses in the air? High hats and arrow collars, white spats and lots of dollars, spending every dime for a wonderful time. Now if you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits, putting on the Ritz. different types who wear a day coat, pants with stripes and cutaway coat, perfect fits, putting on the Ritz. Dressed up like $1 million trooper, trying hard to look like Gary Cooper. Super duper, come let's mix where Rockefellers walk with sticks or umbrellas in their mitts, putting on the Ritz.
Menu in his hand, walking through the streets of Soho in the rain. He was looking for the place called Lee Ho Fooks, gonna get a big dish of beef chow mein. Ahoo, where was London? Ahoo, ahoo, where was London? You hear him howling around your kitchen door. You better not let him in. Little old lady got mutilated late last night. Werewolves of London again. Ahoo, werewolves of London. Ahoo. Werewolves of London. a hairy-handed gent who ran amok in Kent. Lately he's been overheard in Mayfair. You better stay away from him. He'll rip your lungs out, Jim. I'd like to meet his tailor. Ahoo, werewolves of London. Ahoo, ahoo, werewolves of London. Ahoo. Well, I saw Lon Chaney walking with the Queen, doing the werewolves of London. I saw Lon Chaney Jr. walking with the Queen, doing the werewolves of London. I saw a werewolf drinking a pina colada at Trader Vic's, and his hair was perfect. Werewolves of London.
Werewolves of London, Warren Zevon. What are my thoughts on that one? A lot of thoughts on that one. These celebrity names, hopefully you guys are picking up on what we're putting down. We've got, for Werewolves of London, it was Lon Chaney. Well, that's one that I wrote down. There could have been many others, but Lon Chaney, the actor who played in the original Phantom of the Opera in 1925, he played several monsters over his acting career. Pretty creepy, scary characters. Yeah, I like that song, Werewolves of London. Saul sings that song really well in karaoke, by the way. Yeah. You remember you did that on the boat on the cruise?
That's a neat one, yeah. We were on the cruise.
It was a neat one. He did. I really like when he sings that song. It had some flavor to it. It's nice. And then we were before that one, we had Fred Astaire putting on the Ritz. Fred Astaire's the name was Gary Cooper. And then Counting Crows, Mr. Jones. That was two for you. We had Picasso and Bob Dylan. And then we started off with Pink, which was Britney Spears. So those are some of the celeb names, famous people that are written into the lyrics. Let's hop on over again. We're still hopping.
We're not sliding this time?
Sliding, slipping, jiggling over to Bina Ezra for the article of the day. I never introduce ourselves, by the way. You notice that some shows that go, hey, it's R&B radio show, and then we just slip into it.
Yeah, because
they should know us by now.
We have a personal
I know, but
audience.
If you have anybody, that's true. If we don't have any newcomers that we don't know of, yeah. In case you guys forgot, I'm still Reen Ezra. That is still.
She's still
Bina. Yeah,
I changed once, but now I'm back to Bina.
She changed once, but now she's back to Bina.
Several sides.
We liked what she used to be. I mean, we don't like her right now. And of course, Crystal, who's before we forget. Crystal's B-Day. What?
A year older? No.
Yeah, Crystal's like 45.
Yeah, that big 4 or 5, milestone.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with being 45. You're still young at 45.
Yeah,
and 50, and 60 and 92. You know what? 92 years young.
I know. I don't like when people say that, but I don't like when people I don't like to discuss my age. Like, if you're even 60, 70, then freaking rock it,
I don't understand though. People get so offended, oh, how old are you? They're like, oh, you're asking me this. I'm like, I don't care, woman. I'm still gonna be happy turning 72, turning 80. I'm gonna be like, well, it's my 80th birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. 80th birthday, but it's not today.
It's not. I think I'm too young for that.
Here you go, though, Crystal. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Got the snaps. Stop the snaps,
Crystal. Happy birthday to
Bina, what are you, a DJ? You trying to...
It sounded cool.
And some pizzazz,
Faded in and out. Some pizzazz, indeed.
So, yeah, Crystal's birthday is in 2 days. She's actually thoroughly excited to be
as excited as she gets.
45.
Yeah, it's Thursday. We're gonna bring her to the pub hopefully sometime this week.
The pub.
I don't know where else you want to get a drink.
So, all right, let's talk about now our Favorite
That's it? We're not-
attributes.
Oh,
about-
oh, you're talking about Crystal.
Calm down,
Our favorite.
Rena.
I thought you were skipping to an article. I'm like, hold the phone. Hold the phone.
Our favorite attributes.
We haven't embarrassed her
about
fully yet.
I think though my favorite one, we might have said this last year too. My favorite one is how calm and collected Crystal is. Like, except for that eraser mishap, like she never gets mad about anything. So that's kind of really cool.
Crystal, what do you want for your birthday? Dentures.
Even if she was 45, that's a little young for dentures.
You don't need dentures.
Just because you have dentures, Rena.
I have retainers. They're retainers. They're things you put on after you have your braces. You go to sleep with them.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
They're dentures. So, yeah, Crystal, do
What
you want
for your
anything
B-Day?
for your birthday?
I don't want
Besides a
anything.
drink.
Nope, I don't want anything, you guys.
All right, we're going to have to figure this out, because she never tells us anything.
Surprise me.
All right.
We usually do.
I surprise
But
you.
we
good,
never.
you
Some
guys.
people don't
So
tell us
surprise
like
me.
specifically.
No
Like
one
I'm
wants to
specific
do
for our
that.
B day. I want to just have lunch at Burger King
Why though? Like,
because I'm gonna splurge.
But
Haven't had
splurge on
Burger King in
something
like
better.
more than 10 years.
Good. But
And
splurge
I-
on something better, like fast food. What's
No,
up with
I'm
that?
ready for a Whopper Angus burger.
I'm ready for your.
I'm ready for your.
I'm,
Did
I'm
you
always
roll
ready
up
for
to?
Sonic.
I'm ready for your Whopper.
You roll up to the
drive-thru?
I'm ready. Excuse me.
I'm ready for your Whopper. Can I get some fries with that? No, I'll answer it drive-through as Julia Child. Oh, I'm ready for your Whopper. Can I have some fries? Don't forget the barbecue sauce. They'd be like, here you go, ma'am. Be like, thanks. Can I have some extra sauce? Sorry, that's my grandma. She's Mexican. That's
No,
Julia.
like
That's
you roll up and you're just like thanks, and you just take it.
Thanks. Who was that? Just Julia. I don't know. She was here for a bit and then she left. Yeah. Anyway, no, we do like Crystal's patience. We like Crystal's how we can embarrass her
How
and she
she-
just doesn't get angry at us.
Yes, she
except
just
it's over-
takes it.
She does take it. I like the ones who absorb the the nonsense instead of the embarrassment.
Do you walk up to somebody? Okay, we can be friends, but first, do you absorb embarrassment or not?
Do you absorb it?
I think that's a
I shall absorb.
requirement to be friends with you guys.
Wow.
That's a requirement.
Unbelievable. Is that a good or bad thing?
Depends how you see
I
it.
can't figure. I don't know how I see it.
See that too? Look at her. She's all perspective.
Crystal, what do you like about yourself? Come on.
I mean, and no one likes to boast about that except for you.
Go on, boast.
I can't stand on my own pedestal. That's hard.
We'll put you on a different pedestal.
That's deep, though. I can't stand on my own pedestal. That's pretty deep. I like that.
We'll just give you another pedestal. Or we'll shake it. Earthquake!
Can you stand on this one, Crystal?
Can you stand on this one? Yeah, well, Bina, sorry, I was cutting you off, so what were you saying?
What?
What were you
I
saying?
wasn't saying anything. I was
Oh,
just
you
talking
finished your
more
thoughts on Crystal?
attributes. Yeah. I was
Now we
just
have to talk
talking
about what we
more-
dislike about her.
Oh, I know where this is going.
her pronunciation, or is that something you like about it?
No, I like the pronunciation. I dislike her attachment to erasers. That's what I don't like. I think she likes erasers more than me. Kind of puzzling. You need more friends, Crystal.
Oh my god, I hate how you play ping pong. That's for sure.
That's for sure. You suck at ping pong.
I think we've
Just come out and say it.
I think
For
we've
an
established
Asian-
that I'm really bad at
For an
any
Asian,
sport.
you're a disgrace. I don't know how you could be. Maybe badminton we should try next.
Maybe we need to try. We need to find one Asian sport that she excels at. You know.
But I only think of table tennis and badminton. What other Asian sports are there? Asian curling.
What?
Curling, you know the ice sport?
I
What
don't
about
know
tennis?
why
Don't
do
they
you
play
call it
tennis?
Asian super
curling?
tennis. Good one, Bina.
It's kind of like badminton, but like
no,
tennis
but
is-
it's tennis. It's one that makes
move
sense.
more.
Chess.
chess. Is chess a sport?
Crystal, you good at chess? Checkers?
No.
Careers? Are you good at Guess Who? Remember that game where you get a
Trivia, Crystal. You have to be good at trivia.
I'm really bad at those.
Oh.
I'm telling you, I'm not good at any of those. Wow. I'm great at playing Cards Against Humanity, though. That's not a sport.
You
Oh,
are good at playing
actually
at
pretty
that.
impressively good at that because you never
You and
even played it
Emmeline
before.
were quite vulgar when we played that game. I was like, this is the first time they played it. I don't know how they were beating
And
us.
Crystal's like put that down. We're
But
like,
again,
Crystal,
it
how
was
hard?
our vote though. We helped them because you choose
Yeah, that's
whatever's
true.
the
Well, they
funniest.
had really good ones.
They did have
though.
good cards. They just got
Yeah.
lucky. Just got lucky.
No.
Well, that's all our thoughts on Crystal.
Crystal cares a lot too, though. You know, especially for Rena. Rena's just like,
What?
Crystal this and Crystal that. And Crystal's like, Rena, I still care about you and you're my friend. She's a very caring person.
Good.
I don't want Rena to
That's
feel
good
left
for me.
out.
Yeah. Good,
Why am I
good
left
point.
out in general? Why am I left out to begin with?
Because you are not a nice person.
I'm left in.
And you. What does that mean? And
I
we
don't know.
leave. and
You
we
guys are
outside?
out, and that means I'm still out, and you're in. Darn it! Didn't quite work.
I think the only reason that you're gonna be left in is when we lock you in your room.
Yeah, that's a good. That's a good scenario.
Jeez, what are you
So-
gonna do to me?
So
Leave you there.
No
it.
food, no water. Chain me to it.
So
I'll
and
die.
anyway,
Slowly.
have birthday,
Whoa,
Crystal.
Chain. Thank you.
Hope there are many more to come after 45. So we have
happy,
this.
happy 45th birthday.
We have
That's
this article about funny things people have said in their sleep.
This is bonkers. This one I love.
And it got us to start talking about ourselves if we talk in our sleep. And we were talking about how apparently Crystal's roommates in college say that, you know, she argues with people in their sleep.
Yeah, that's what I like about Crystal. She argues in her sleep. She doesn't argue while she's
Yeah,
you
she
know,
doesn't. She has to
conscious.
get it out, you know, like
while
when-
she's awake. So.
Yeah. So what are some of the things they said that you've said in your sleep?
Like, she said that I sounded aggressive. Like, really? No, I don't think that's right. Or, like something like that.
That's really aggressive.
I don't know.
That's aggressive as she'll get.
That's aggressive as I get.
Yeah.
Really, I disagree with your current, you know, subject matter.
Current,
your,
you know,
your decisions.
Rena like screams at people in her sleep.
I think when we are dreaming, we're just another intense version of ourselves. Just like when you drink, someone's an intense version of themselves.
Yeah,
when
they're,
Beena
like,
drinks, she like
magnified.
extra laughs. Like it gets onto a new
Hi, I'm
level.
Beena and I extra laugh.
Like really high pitched. Yeah, when I
You-
shout in my sleep, and Crystal's just more
Politely argues.
politely things you wouldn't do. With
She discusses. You know, it's not an argument. It's a discussion in her sleep.
light discussion.
You take it a step further. You launch things at people in their sleep. Okay, so
I don't remember
Let me
any
tell
of
you,
this.
for years now, I wake up and I find this pig pillow that Rena
Right.
sewed when she was
Sixth grade.
Yeah,
I made it all myself.
in 6th grade, right?
Stuffed it. Yep.
So like very frequently I'd find it on the floor the next morning and I'm like, I feel like you just like get up and you launch this in your sleep, and it was an ongoing joke.
But I've always thought I kicked it off the
years.
bed.
Rena's like, no, and I was like, there's no way you kicked it because it like goes halfway across the room. You're definitely throwing it. It was just a joke, you know. I didn't know there was validity to it.
Validity.
Validity. Wow.
Validity.
To it, but then
Validity.
one night I was on my computer doing homework and Rena went to sleep.
I have to take your word
and
for
I
it, I
see her at the corner of my eye sit up, and I turn and she takes her pillow, he launches it at me, and I'm like, Rena, what the hell? She goes back to sleep. She was totally asleep.
I just lay back down?
Yeah, you just lay back
Man.
down.
Wait,
and
she
you
aimed
do-
it at you?
I don't know if she aimed it, but she
Was I
def-
looking or I just sideswiped?
I don't know.
I just threw
honestly,
it.
like I think I turned as you were throwing. I don't know. It all just happened. I know it hit me.
It all happened too fast.
Yeah.
It all happened so fast.
And like you've been on the couch before, and like you had a blanket
Saul
on you.
said his
Oh, when
he had a
Saul went-
story.
When Saul went to come
Darn.
to wake you up, actually he should. I mean, he's at work, so unfortunately he can't. But
What? Saul should
I
really
wish he
call
could
in
call
right
in
now.
and tell the story. So
Chuck will be fine with it. Eric, Chuck.
973-596-3666. Please call in because that would be funny if you told it on air. So I actually tell my story that we were watching TV. I was watching TV with mom. You fell asleep on the couch and you had a blanket on you, and you're just like you scream, you're like, I'm hot, and you take the blanket off, and then 2 seconds later, literally, you just put it right back on. And I'm like, she's so stupid. She just said she was hot. And then I'm like, she's not gonna remember that, by the way, tomorrow. And mom's like, wait, how? She just screamed. And she's like, she's just not. And then you didn't remember. It's just the way you say things.
know about any of these things. You say I curse in my sleep.
So yeah, you curse in
know.
your sleep and everything, the whole 9
Do
yards.
you sleepwop though?
No,
No.
Rena's never sleepwalked.
I wish I did. That'd be dangerous though, coming
That's
off the
really
ladder of the bed.
That's really good.
But I guess from your muscle memory, I would just know where like the steps were. Actually, no, that's false. I can't do it when I'm awake. I got out of bed once, I almost fell off and landed on like face down on the floor. I almost fell off completely the bunk bed and missed the ladder. I swung my leg out. I'm like, oh, it should be right here.
Oh my god.
And I sort of caught myself, and I was hanging on. It's not like it was a huge drop, but still, it was quite frightening. Yeah, it reminded me of the Mel Brooks film. What was it, Robin Hood Men in Tights, where the blind guy's like blinking, like the ladder should be right here, and
he falls off
it. Yeah, which, by the way, that Fred Astaire song, "Pin on the Ritz," reminded me of Frankenstein. Mel Brooks's his other movie.
Well, it was in
Did you
Frankenstein.
Yeah, but it wasn't. You didn't really say the words. The monster's like putting on the red, like that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You looks like we won't get a call in from
know
Saul
about Mel Brooks
because apparently he is working. But I say that's preposterous.
You say that's preposterous.
What do you even do at work? You even work, or is it like Rena, where she goes to work and she just comes back with free lunches all the time during the summer?
Oh, I work already. No, the office gets busy. It gets busy. You got to be on your game.
Well, I work too during the summer. Okay,
yeah,
very
sure.
hard stuff.
Stay-at-home mom stuff. What do you paint? Is that work, Bina? What do you do with that? Hang out at the library?
Okay,
you go to the pool. Oh my god.
So funniest things people have said in their sleep.
Yeah, these are hilarious.
One of them, my husband farted and said, "Damn girl, shut your butt." They get funnier. So I cuddled up extra close to my girlfriend and whispered, "I love you no matter what." That was just kind of weird that he said that in his sleep. Another one, I accused my husband of neglecting our pet turtles in my sleep. I asked if he's fed them, if he's brought them inside, etc. We don't even have turtles.
She talked about turtles in her sleep that she didn't even have.
Yeah.
She doesn't even have turtles.
My husband rolled over and said, "Your mother ate my hot dog. I will send her to the 7th circle of hell." What? Tell Donna not to piss on the frozen treats. We don't even know a Donna. Where do they? I wonder where do they come up with these things if like they don't even exist.
I don't know. It's
in your.
I think it depends on if you watch a TV show right before you go to bed. I think you're thinking about that.
Yeah, maybe
either a character name or something.
True. One night, I got out of bed to pee, and my sleeping boyfriend grabbed me by the underwear and yelled, "Where are you going?" I said, "To pee," to which he replied, "Oh my god, Heather, it's always something with you." Uh-oh, there's problems down that road of relationship. My grandma was sleeping on the couch and told me, "If people come here asking what oysters are, say you don't know."
The grandma was sleeping? That was what she said in her sleep? Oysters.
I guess grandma's concerned about oysters.
Maybe she was cooking oysters, for dinner or something the next day. One time, I threw my mom's phone across the room and yelled, "It's too late." Too late for what? My boyfriend rolled over and said, "Did you find the bear?"
What?
I wish I could visualize what they were dreaming about.
This one's really, this one's really odd. The first time my husband told me he loved me, the first time, was when he was sleep talking. He rolled over, slapped my butt really hard, and said, "I love you, big pig."
Oh.
That's unpleasant.
Oh my god. My fiance woke me up in the middle of the night and very seriously said, "Babe, would you be mad if I put a roll of paper towels on the floor and peed on it?" I yelled back, "Why, did you?" He smiled and said, "Nope." Then he rolled over and went back to sleep. What kind of story?
That's weird.
What kind of story is that? My husband once shot up in bed, turned to me and said, "I'm going to send you hate mail." Sometimes you gotta wonder if these like marriages, is there something really deep down going on inside? My husband said, "Dude, I can't believe how ripped Hitler was." What is your husband dreaming about?
He was ripped.
When
his
my
mustache was. No, that didn't make sense. Stop laughing. Just go.
When my husband and I first started dating, the first time I heard him sleep talk, he said, "Goddamn gophers eating my fucking carrots." My husband randomly blurted out, "Roxy, you can't just buy Canada." It's not my responsibility to keep the goats warm, said my husband when he was sleeping once. One time my boyfriend mumbled, "Hey, nice boat." I wasn't sure I had heard him correctly, so I said, "What?" He sat up, eyes still closed, leaned toward me and yelled, "Boat," in my face.
Do they not remember any of this?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think they were doing it when they were sleeping, so they wouldn't have any recollection. At a sleepover once, my cousin yelled ham and nearly made everyone shit their pants.
Ham?
Yeah, just ham. Like the one you eat.
I feel like
Oh,
my
thanks,
response would be where.
That was so lame.
No, to be honest, when I hear ham, I'm like, "Where's the ham? I want ham."
I don't even. Ham's not even that good.
Yeah, it's not that
Ham
good
is
to be
good.
like where.
I love
I
ham.
was like, where? What's next?
I was staying at my cousin's house and she literally shot up and screamed, "Give me back my Lego, David." Wonder if they knew a David.
Lego my ego.
My husband yelled, "But Tetra doesn't know how to work the grill." Tetra is our cat. One night, my sister laughed like she was possessed, stopped suddenly, and calmly whispered, "Sausages," and then went back to
Sausages? What is up with her?
Yo, Bina, you're possessed when you sleep.
I'm
I think we
possessed?
told about that story before. Yeah, when you were waking up.
Oh, yeah.
Just the light from the computer. It was dark in our room, and I was just writing a paper, and all of a sudden you tilt your head toward me, and your eyes are like glistening, and then I'm like, oh my god, Bina, are you awake? Bina, and then you just slowly turn your head back and laid down.
That's creepy.
Just stared at me like a freak.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all. When it was just my sister and me in the car, she suddenly asked in a slightly frightened tone, "Why does the pony only wear pants?" The weirdest part was that she said it in English and we're Norwegian.
What?
Just give her the sauce and let her dance. And I'll
That's something Julie
end you
would
with-
shout. Just give her the sauce and let her dance.
and I'll end with that. So
Sweet Julia and her dreams.
we have time for the last article, or you want to
We're gonna play. Yeah, we're gonna play a set of songs, and
Play
then
some
we'll hit
tunes
back up with
first.
those that kid article. Here you go, Madonna Vogue. Whether you like Madonna or not, she does look quite like plastic surgery these days.
Voguing is quite the rave these days, you know. It's weird.
Quite the rave. Quite the rave indeed.
Here's where you find it. Here's where you find it. Fred Darbo and Monroe, Dietrich and DiMaggio, Marlon Brando, Jimmy Dean, on the cover of a magazine. Grace Kelly, Harlow Jean, picture of a beauty queen. Jean Kelly, Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers, dance on air. They had style, they had grace. Rita Hayworth, keep good face. Lauren Catherine, Manitou, Eddie Davis, we love you. Ladies with an attitude. Ellen, we're in the mood. Don't just stand there, let's get to it. Strike a chord, there's nothing to it.
Virgil Kane is the name, and I served on the Danville train till Stoneman's cavalry came and tore up the tracks again. In the winter of '65, we were hungry, just barely alive. By May the 10th, Richmond had fell. It's a time I remember oh so well. The night they drove old Dixie down, and the bells were ringing. The night they drove old Dixie down, and the people were singing. They went la 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 la. Back with my wife in Tennessee, when one day she called to me, Virgil, quick, come see, there goes Robert E. Lee. Now I don't mind chopping wood, and I don't care if the money's no good. You pay for what you need and you leave the rest, but they should never have taken the very best. The night they drove old Dixie down, and the bells were ringing. The night they drove old Dixie down, and all the people were singing. They went la 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 la. Like my father before me, I will work the land. And like my brother above me, he took a rebel stand. He was just 18, proud and brave, but a Yankee lady in his grave. I swear by the blood below my feet, you can't raise a cane back up when he's in defeat. The night they drove old Dixie down, and the bells were ringing. The night they drove old Dixie down, and all the people were singing. They went la 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 la.
One time I was in the checkout line behind Steven Seagal. Once I'm pretty sure Mr. Jonah Hill was in the very next bathroom stall. My best friend's brother
Well, he was an extra in Wayne's World 2. My neighbor's babysitter dated 3 of the guys in Motley Crue. I swear Jack Nicholson looked right at me at a Lakers game. I got a lame claim to fame. Check it out. I bought a second-hand toaster from a guy who says he knows Brad Pitt. I got me an email from the Prince of Nigeria. Well, he sure sounded legit. My sister used to get piano lessons from the second cousin of Ralph Nader. Last year, I threw up in an elevator next to Christian Slater. Well, guess what? My birthday and Kim Kardashian's are exactly the same. I got a lame claim to fame. A really lame claim to fame. Once at a party, my dentist accidentally sneezed on Russell Crowe. I posted first in the comments on a YouTube video. I tried to sit by Steve Buscemi, but he told me the seat's taken. I know a guy who knows 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 Kevin Bacon. I had a car that used to belong to Cuba Gooding Jr.'s uncle. Friend of mine in high school had jury duty with Art Garfunkel. One time I was staying in the same hotel as Zoe Deschanel. I used the same napkin dispenser as Steve Carell at a Taco Bell. Well, I don't mean to brag, but Paul Giamatti's plumber knows me by name. I got a lame claim to fame. A really lame claim to fame. That's right, I'm talking lame claim to fame.
Weird Al Yankovic with Lame Claim to Fame, thanks to Saul. That had a bunch of names in it. Of course, Jonah Hill, Brad Pitt, just the few. Before that, We Didn't Start the Fire. Richard Nixon was one of the ones I'm just going to name off of a list of many. Madonna with Vogue also had a list of many. Marlon Brando was one of them. And The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down by the band. The band. They named Robert E. Lee. So I put that one in there because what other song names Robert E. Lee? And that was the set list we have for today. We are going to end one special one as well. But head on over to Bean.
So these are some confessions that parents have posted about their kids. A lot of them are pretty funny, and we'll just start it off. One mom put that she brought her son to a new mall, and he's a runner, so I put a backpack leash on him. In an outlet store, he was inside a revolving rack. I was tugging, and he wouldn't come out. I reached in and noticed he had removed the backpack and attached it to the center rod. He was next door at Old Country Buffet eating fries.
I feel like something Axe would do.
Such a genius. I should get a medal.
That it was in Golden Crown.
My 3-year-old Lydia came at me waving a tampon. Lydia,
no.
What do you have? Why do you have a tampon? Lydia's like, it's a lightsaber. I make you bleed. And her mom's like, if you only knew, Lydia. My daughter and I were at the mall, and she pulled the tie on my wrap dress. I had Spanx on, so I didn't feel the breeze from being exposed, and I literally had no idea I was walking around like this.
Oh my goodness.
That's ridiculous. Why would that child cause that? All right, this one's hilarious.
No?
With his foot over the baby's head, my 2.5-year-old asked, I stomp him?
2-year-old is put on the baby's head.
They're so honest. They're so just like, this is how I feel, and I'm just gonna do it. This one's brutally honest. My daughter asked me why my boobs dangled down. Oh my god. My son pooped behind the curtains of our guest room to leave a present for when grandma comes.
No.
Oh, come on. Grandma does the same thing. Depends.
Oh my gosh. That reminds me of Saul's story of a boss he has at work. And he could call in, but apparently he can't, about that his son was mad at his dad, so he opened up his laptop and started peeing on it. And he did it
on his dad's
deliberately.
laptop, yeah.
Unbelievable. I once came home to my 4-year-old son butt naked peeing all over his toy dinosaurs because they were thirsty.
Jeez.
Just logic stuff.
Children.
My 3-year-old son's preschool teacher asked him his full name, and he replied, "Wesley Alexander, get in here." Don't get it?
No, we get it, Dina. Get in here. Because the mom, they shout that, or the parents shout that. They're angry with the child.
Yeah. But, like, it's weird that they think it's actually the whole thing. These are not very...
We just want the best ones
radio
back.
friendly.
Radio friendly. Just children.
My 4-year-old son put his plate on the counter and proudly proclaimed, "Well, Mama, it looks like you have more dishes to do."
Ah. Sexist.
Mia asked to try on my boobies. Never thought they would go to that
like
extent.
they're in outfits.
My son looked at me and said, "Mom, are you old?" I said, "Not really." He said, "How old are you?" 36. Do I look old? Just in your tummy and in your butt.
Oh my god.
And the last one, the topping on the cake. We discovered that our 4-year-old son was peeing in the corners of his room at night. When we asked him why he's doing that, he said the penis does what it wants to. The truth from...
And I don't think
a
that
small
changes
child.
when they get older.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank you again for joining us. You were listening to the R&B radio show at WJTB at NJIT. We're going to close it on up for today. Any closing thoughts? Birthday girl, Bech?
Well, get ready for next week because I believe it is the week of Thanksgiving, yes?
Oh my god, it is? Wait, what?
It is.
It is.
And then we have our
we're
days
gonna
off.
have our, I mean, I don't know how
Right.
special you can make a Thanksgiving radio show, but we'll try.
I don't think there's a lot of songs about turkeys.
We'll play Christmas music
we'll
for
play
you.
Christmas
So,
music to get you full
I
in.
started early on Christmas.
I'll gear you on back for that. Chris, I hope you have a great birthday. And
Thank
it is very close to December, so see you guys again next week.
Enjoy this one. She's so high.
She's blood, flesh and bone. No touch of silicone. She's touch, smell, sight, taste, and sound. But somehow I can't believe that anything should happen. I know where I belong, and nothing's gonna happen.
FYI, it's Cleopatra and Joan of Arc. Here you go. R&B radio show.
'Cause she's so high above me. She's so lovely. She's so high, like Cleopatra, Joan of Arc, or Aphrodite.
Famous people.
She's so high above me. First class and fancy free. She's high society. She's got the best of everything. What could a guy like me ever really offer? She's perfect as she can be. Why should I even bother? 'Cause she's so high above me. She's so lovely. She's so high. She's so high above me. She calls to speak to me. I freeze immediately, 'cause what she says sounds so unreal. 'Cause somehow I can't believe that anything should happen. I know where I belong and nothing's gonna happen. Yeah, yeah, yeah.